Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a wet and cold day. It was snowing earlier when I got up, in the midst of also slushy rain. Now it's just rain. Yay! I was actually sleeping pretty good until gut pain at 4 o'clock, so I've been awake since 4 a.m. Yay! At least I slept for a little while. Hopefully you were able to sleep for at least a little while. That would be good. And of course, front-loading of videos. Hey, if you could toss me a like, it'd be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, it'd be awesome. If you could leave me a comment, that would be double plus good. And I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These are literally beautiful and literally awesome people who help to keep me and my aging pet metabolizing. We both appreciate that very, very much. If you would like to keep the both of us metabolizing, I have links to my... salivating so much, my apologies. Links to my Patreon in the video description, along with a PayPal for possible donations, an Amazon wishlist link with things like pet food on it. Thumbs up, yay! Front loading of videos over, and I have to order some thermal paste today so that I can get my computer parts put into my case, so that I can start using my new motherboard, my new CPU, and my new RAM. It's all waiting here. I just need thermal paste. I only got my disability yesterday, so I'm going to order it today. Yay! Now, what happened yesterday? Oh joy. Not a bad thing, but I didn't have any video at all because after recording, I was watching videos, and it takes forever to do the editing. When I'm zoomed out in Filmora, it's zippy and snappy. The closer I zoom in, so if I look at the full 20-minute video here, everything moves snappy and quick. If I move down to like less than a minute on the timeline, it starts slowing down. And if I get it down to it's only 5 seconds, I have to be very, very slow, careful, and patient because I have to click, stop and wait, then draw a selection box, let go, wait, grab the item I want to move, wait, move it, stop moving and wait, let go, and then before I click anywhere else, I have to wait. Because if I don't wait, it's going to, start moving things around that shouldn't be moved around. Yay! So that's fun. But as long as I don't zoom in too close, I can at least get it done. But afterward, I was watching videos and, of course, fell asleep. And when I'm falling asleep, when I have falling asleep issues, one of the things that if you realize you're falling asleep, you can get up and go take a nap. But you have to be able to be thinking clearly that way. If I am having falling asleep issues, I'm not thinking clearly. I am struggling to stay awake instead of going, I should go take a nap. And then I fall asleep. And I was asleep for an hour, maybe an hour and some. But when I woke up, while my head wasn't ringing like a bell, it was hard to get some thinking in. And I was clumsy because I had stopped breathing. Not for too long, because nothing was really tingling like it usually does. So thumbs up, but yeah, so it took a while for that to wear off. And then I needed to go up to the library to get some printing done because every month, $44 worth of free printing at the public library. And I was all out of kitty food, so I needed to get up to Walmart so I could buy kitty cat food. Well, while doing that, of course, I just bought everything else that I needed for the day and the next day that I could fit in my backpack, and it was full. I had to carry stuff. And it was raining, so I had my umbrella. So I'm carrying stuff in both hands while using my umbrella, so I'm having to swap from side to side. It was fun and wet and raining. But it wasn't bad, and I got some stuff printed out. There's A Torch in the Dark. I want to play that one for the channel as well. It's a solo RPG type adventure, but it's got a definite story. It takes place in a fantasy situation where the worst thing ever has happened. There were bad, evil, awful, horrible creatures, and then they were defeated by a person, and then that person was betrayed, and now the evil people that used to rule the land are back, only now they're evil liches, and so everything is even worse. A Torch in the Dark is you're trying to go through 9 dungeons to slay all of these evil necromancer types, helped and prodded on by the ghost of the person who was betrayed. And it's easy to die. It's one of those like No Quest. If you play No Quest and you run out of torches in the dungeon, game is instantly over. You're dead. Same thing, Torch in the Dark. If you run out of your torches, you're dead. Instantly. Now, the thing about that, though, is they have a Resident Evil type inventory system. You draw your inventory of sorts. It is a 3 square by 5 or 6 or no, maybe it's 3 by 9, but it's 3 squares across, say 9 squares down, and then objects have a load. A torch has a load of 1. A torch takes up 1 square in your backpack. Armor might take up 4 squares. If you can't adjust all your things in your backpack to find 4 squares to fit it, you can't carry it. It doesn't fit. So you'll have to drop something to make it fit. And so, yeah, you got to make sure your inventory works that way. And oh boy, not only do you have just regular hit points, but there's stress. You can get stressed out. And then there's corruption. And that makes it much more difficult as your corruption goes up. And the thing about it is it uses playing cards to discover what your dungeon is like. It has 2-page spreads for each dungeon. And what you do is you flip a card off a deck of cards, and then you check where on the system what you're facing right then and there. So it seems pretty cool, and I want to play it for the channel. Definitely a thumbs up on that. But after I got back from the printing and Walmart, it was 6 o'clock at night, and I still needed to take a shower. So I relaxed as best I could, because walking 6 miles takes a lot out of me, and taking a shower takes a lot out of me too. So of course I end up doing them, well, next to each other that way. So then I took my shower, and it was like 11 o'clock at night before I was finally finished. So it had been 12 hours of falling asleep and doing stuff. No recording at all. Hopefully I'm going to get some stuff recorded today. Like I said, either this or back to Minecraft, or I want to show people where I am in 2 worlds, because it's fun running around like an idiot. I haven't played Tribes of Midgard for a while, because when I stopped leveling up personally, that kind of took a lot of the fun out of it. So, yay on that. I haven't stopped. I'm hoping to go back to it, but I'm starting to hyper-focus on other games. Yay. But there's still a ton of stuff that I want to show off and play for the channel. Hokey smokes. I got lots of things. There's a dedicated two-system thing. There is a dedicated system where if you want to have an overland hex crawl adventure, there is a 2-page thing where largely most of it is a map for you to draw on, but it has the rules and an oracle so that you can go on an overland adventure just if you have a piece of paper and a couple dice. You don't need a great amount of preparation. You don't need a great amount of space. You can even just carry it with you. And if you're in an office where you're waiting to be seen in an appointment, hey, you can take out that page and play right there. You can have an overland adventure. There's also a dungeon crawling thing that works just like that. I'd like to show that. As well as there is something that is really cool. It is a dungeon generator. It is 3 pages of charts, dense charts about how to make up a random dungeon, and even to the point of, what the walls are like, what the atmosphere in the place is like, what the doors look like. Not that just that there's a door, but what kind of door is it? So it's pretty cool and intense, and I do want to show that up. Let me take what else I've got here. Oh yes, there is a song. I watched I mentioned before that there was a short about Godfield where there's this person, Lumpy Touch. They do a whole lot of Garfield stuff, except they do Gorefield and all this. I went and did further searching on the music for it that I really like, and it is a royalty-free piece of music that hopefully I'm going to be playing as the background while you're watching this, because I really like that music. So that's cool. It is royalty free. It's on SoundCloud. Hopefully I'll have the link for it here. But also, when I mentioned that this Godfield character has traveled through countless parallel universes and humanity has failed them, in the terms of the multiverse, Godfield is a Gakiru. We are Gokura. We are the numberless. Prey. Some of the possible definitions of the word. One step up is Gakire. You are then little predator. You can travel out of your universe into the Ungabe and into the closer universes around you. The next step up is Gakiri, predator. You can travel through the entirety, anywhere you wish, within the infinite zone of the universe that you live in. There's the Ungara, the Ungare, the Ungaden, where we are, the cold and dark. Well, there's actually another one, but we can't even go there. Our sheer breath would destroys their universes. They're so rarefied. We are cosmic horrors to them. But you can travel throughout the entirety of your zone. If you go up to the Gekiru, that is large predator. You are very powerful. Yes, you can easily travel within the two zones of the multiverse that are available to everyone but the Gakira. You have two zones that you can travel through equally, and yes, you have the power and ability to, if you chose. And you were up the higher level of Gakiru, yeah, you could wipe out an entire universe by yourself. If you are Gakiru, you are tough. There is supposed to be another category, Gakira, most powerful, but dread Amagaratsu. The Gakira is such a strong cosmic horror that the Gakira is just her, which is a crown and a title that she wears with pride. No one but her is the Gakira. Only she and her children have access to the entirety of the complete multiverse. Thumbs up. But I also wanted to talk a bit about, I've been mentioning how there's the Dempty family with Jacob Dempty, Jake, and his wife Monica Dempty, Mona. And Jake and Mona are just, he's human, she is urban cryptid, and they own the Lake Vista Shores, which is an RV park / gas station / convenience store / resort place where you can rent a boat or whatever and go out onto Lake Vista. And it's a nice little place, and they own it, and they've been running it for decades. And they've got the 3 kids, 2 of which are urban cryptids, and 1 of which, Annie, is human. So there's Barb, who's been chewing her way through the corporate ladder in the corporation she works in Brookerton. Nis, who is going to the community college and lives in a boarding house situation with her friend Kay, and Annie, who is staying home to help out her parents run the RV park / gas station / resort, 2 RV pad place, and they're just living there. Nis has been telling her friend Kay that she's a cryptid. She has given her a gift that boosted up her cryptid sight, that opened up her third eye so she could see the cryptid world. Now, Nis is having anxiety attacks and is worried because Kay is close to homeless, and Nis has made the conceptual leaps that this is bad. She does not want her friend to get eaten. Now, most cryptids would not be able to make that conceptual leap. Suburban type cryptids, which I've mentioned with Calvin Tisdale, who is in his mid to late 70s and is traveling the US, is a suburban cryptid, and he's just almost fully human and lives in our world, but also the cryptid world, as Nis does as well. She is able to, because she's a cryptid, access her power level of the cryptid world, but she's also an urban cryptid, and she interacts fully with the human world. She is of both worlds, but she's having to talk with her friend Kay because Kay has questions, and Nis is feeling shame, and she confesses that yes, she has eaten human beings. Kay, having had her cryptid vision boosted and her third eye opened, and already being friends with a cryptid, is going through some issues where her friend is a Jeffrey Dahmer, but in the end is not ready to toss her away yet, because the only thing that's changed is Kay's perception of Nis. Nis is still who she was. So in time, they are going to get better at their friendship again. This little rift is going to be healed up. One of the reasons I'm glad about that is I've wanted someone who could ask the cryptids various questions. And Kay has one big question that needs to be answered. Why do cryptids eat people? And she doesn't mean on a sheer taste level or anything like that. It's if we are intelligent beings and cryptids are intelligent beings, why do cryptids eat us? And Nis has to think about this as well, because Nis knows as much about being a cryptid as people know about being human beings. And we know jack all about how to be human beings. Take a look at how we're messing everything up out in just the world. We have no ideas or clues what we're doing. Why would a cryptid, who is a basically shackled and chained version of a human being, know any better what their purpose and reason is? She doesn't know why cryptids eat people, other than the fact that, yeah, she has to lean in and tell Kay that this is going to be horrific, but, you know, imagine the best thing on earth you've ever eaten. Crank that up to 12 and then double it, and you're nearly halfway to just how good human beings taste. From your hair to your toenails, your bones, your teeth, even the fluid squeezed out of your livers. It's all delicious. Why, though, that people are delicious to cryptids? Why cryptids eat human beings? She doesn't know. She has zero clue that in a human-centric system, like the Earth is 99% of the time, that cryptids are shackled to and beholden to humanity, shaped not by evolution and natural selection, but by our hopes and fears and dreams and nightmares, our best and our worst. She has no clue. But that's a struggle for her, since she is feeling intense shame over the fact that she has eaten so many people in her past, that her family right now is still eating human beings, because once or twice a month, Annie, who's taking care of her parents, comes into Brookerton, finds someone who looks and smells really good, and then knifes them to death, puts their corpse into her car, drives it back to the RV park where she lives, soaks the body in the bathtub with a cryptid stabilizing fluid so that you don't have to refrigerate the body and it will stay fresh for up to a year, and then she and her human father and cryptid mother spend the next couple weeks just eating the body. And Annie and her father Jake are both human, and they're hungrier than Nis and Barb. Monica, of course, she's down for it. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab. Going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I count American Sign Language, brain. let me call it my Chrome. We have Jesse Koskinen. I love pizza. I just wish I wasn't terrified my dentures would break if I chewed them. Pizza is wonderful, though. It's RELYT who tells me that the username is Tyler backwards. So, yeah, it's Tyler Relit. It's Relit. Thumbs up and thank you. JAYY, thank you very, very much. I used to be an actor when I was younger. Very much younger. By the time I got into the Air Force, my ability to act was being hampered by my alcoholism. But I used to be good. I used to be a good actor. But thank you very, very much. It is appreciated. Flora Mew, thumbs up, and I will have to read that character AI foolishness when I can. And Blue Toad says, they will never disappear. And thumbs up. Thank you very, very much. It is good. There is Blueberry Pickin'. Blueberries are good. Thumbs up. Chris Hardbody, where I only worry that you're going to get in trouble for the actual picture. Me, myself, I'm pan. I like pictures like that. We have Yuki likes hot potatoes. Thumbs up. Thank you. Larry from space. I had a day. It was definitely a day. And then there is RJ Mitchell. I do my best to push through my executive dysfunction and talk to people in comments. It's not easy, but thumbs up. We have Lewis. Thumbs up. Thank you very much. And I am going to work on, I'm desperate. I really want that Silk Touch hard. So I'm going to be getting it as soon as I can. And then we have nobody else. That was it. 11 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours. Thumbs up. Thank you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. It is appreciated. Definitely a thumbs up on that. Well, Hokey Smokes. As stated, I'm going to try and get some recording done, whether it's for Minecraft, which I really enjoy recording. It's an awesome game. And I love the bloody caves that I'm moving, like, the world down into. Thumbs up on that. And hopefully, as stated, like a Torch in the Dark or some such. Gosh, I still want to do things like Treasure Awaits for the channel. I mean, that's an awesome game right there, too. Hopefully, you can get done the things that you want to get done. But it being a weekend, I wouldn't worry too much about things. Thumbs up. And, of course, if people are getting sick where you are, take appropriate precautions, especially since, you know, not that long ago, there were no cases of measles in the U.S. because everyone was vaccinated and it was almost gone. Now, in the middle of February, there was a religious revival in Kentucky. Everybody in the United States needs to be careful because vaccine rates have fallen so much that the measles explosion from this revival, where somebody who had active measles was there in a revival where you're shouting and yelling and singing and holding hands and hugging in close proximity with no masks, and it was from all across the U.S. Measles people are everywhere. Please take appropriate precautions. Now, there are no appropriate precautions you can take if you're out walking and you hear the mournful howl of that bus horn, the bus with your name on it, because it's got your name on it for a reason. It's hunting you. It's going to hit you. You are going to die. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is, quite frankly, a very good thing.